Hello, everyone. This is the Inner Voice Show, part of the Evolving Mind series in the Togetherness media. I'm Dr. Foojan Zeine, a psychotherapist and the founder of the Awareness Integration Theory. This is a show about what matters most in our life, our mind, our thoughts, feelings, actions, relationships, and our fulfillment in this beautiful journey of life. Today, I will share the tip of the week about observing your destructive patterns and the impact in your life. I will share with you about news of hearing about our friends passing due to COVID in the Ask Me segment. I bring you Dr. Gottlieb. He's a physician with a unique therapeutic approach based on his extensive training both in Western and Eastern healing art. Today, we will be talking about his latest book, The Pleasure Book. The name is Awe, A-A-H. I will also bring you the music of Good Time by Warm Leche. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and podcast and connect with me through Instagram, Twitter, or LinkedIn, all with Dr. Foojan Zeine. I'd love to hear from you. So email me, let me know, or connect with me in the social media because I really like to hear from you. But first, here's the tip of the week.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.
Here's the tip of the week. When it comes to productivity and creating results in any area of life, it is important to look at our patterns. This week, I've been working on becoming aware of thought, emotional, and behavioral patterns that can move you forward or it can break you. It's important to see your strengths, vulnerabilities, as well as the destructive patterns that are there, destructive behavior patterns that we have, even destructive thought patterns that we have. So a 50-year-old man who is very talented and well-educated has a habit of getting into fights with his employers and ends up quitting with no other job in sight. Therefore, he finds himself in financial hardships constantly. Or a 30-year-old woman who is in various romantic relationships about every 3 months because she has a particular idea about romance that is not being fulfilled. Therefore, she gets disappointed and leaves. Or a 20-year-old woman who gets into fights with her friends constantly and blames them for their fights and finds another group of people to be friends with and follow the same pattern with them. Unfortunate circumstances can happen once. You can deal with them, learn from them, and use those lessons to correct the future course of action so that doesn't happen again. However, if the same situation, similar situations, and similar circumstances are happening consistently, I suggest looking at your patterns and your part in recreating certain and similar circumstances. So if you find yourself fighting with authority wherever you work, if you find yourself in debt every single month and have to borrow money, if you start getting disappointed with your mate very shortly, every 3 months, and then begin seeing all the negative traits and can't see any positivity in your relationship or the person at all every day. And if you end up losing every friend that comes to your life after a brief period of time, I suggest exploring your destructive patterns. And even if you don't fit in those 3 examples, look at what is it that you do every day, every week, every year. This is a constant pattern of complaint that you have, that you keep seeing that gets recreated. I suggest looking at your patterns. The patterns could have been copied from your family of origin, mom and dad. Many people copy their parents' way of dealing with finances, conflict resolution, or emotional expressions, or anger expression. Patterns can also be a product of your belief and thought processes. So you had an experience and you kind of like generalized it and still continuing. At times you may be in a situation that is uncomfortable or doesn't work for you. You may generalize some of those ideas about yourself or others and continue to operate from those types of generalizing. A boy who had a controlling parent may at age 8 to 15 learn that the only way to find his own identity is to take a stand in front of his parent. So this rebellious act finally works, and his family give up. Give up in trying to control him. And this behavior creates a favorable result for him. So he continues to use the same rebellious behavior, even at work or with any authority. He ends up quitting or getting fired from every job. A little girl who has to endure her parents' fights every day and as she's growing up forms a fantasy based on romantic novels that she will find her true love to be not like her parents, and she'll have this fantasy of who it's going to be. However, as she finds herself going from honeymoon stages of any relationship to the next phase of the relationship, she freezes, decides this is turning out to be just like my parents, and chews out. A girl who's been fighting with her siblings since she is the eldest and the family has allowed this type of expression at home thinks that if someone loves her, they will have to endure her volatile expression and have to fulfill her expectations, and gets disappointed that others just choose out and they are not going to take that type of fighting. So observe your patterns. Do you find that you are in a similar situation and you keep blaming others for what's happening? Start observing your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, behaviors in the way that creates similar results. Seek support and unravel those patterns. For more observational skills and emotional regulation skills, go to my book, Life Reset, the Awareness Integration Path to Create the Life You Want. Thank you. I have been called by many people who have lost friends and family during this time of COVID. And not only that the loss, the essence of loss is there for the person in everyday life. Even when people are not living together or they're not even in the same city and they're not part of the everyday life, just a matter of facing death, mortality, loss, and the concept of bringing meaning into life and what happens when life becomes shortened by something that it wasn't the person's doing. It brings a lot of thoughts and emotions for people. Thoughts and emotions that they have to deal with consistently. Some people go through sadness, some go through anger. And they can't really put their anger on a particular subject or be mad at the person who died or be mad at a disease. So they start getting angry at everything that's around them and pick at everything, their husbands, their children, their work. It's as if they put a question mark on every decision they make. They put a question mark on the value of everything that is around, and even their own value. Am I worth it? Why am I doing this? Should I even make more effort? Life is so short. Let it be. Let me just go into a space of recklessness, because what's the point? So it's almost like even daring life and daring death, that I'll show you, either you're going to get me or I will get you, and I'm in control. So if for any reason you are experiencing any of that and you have lost someone, first and foremost, I'm sorry and my condolences. And then hang in there, because this is a process. It's a process of us facing what we don't anticipate to face. And every time we talk about death as something far away, or there's always this hope and bargaining that it just won't happen to me and I can beat it somehow, or it's something that I don't have to deal with. So if those are part of what you're going through, just letting you know, it is normal. And we're going to go through these processes. And slowly but surely, we'll find our footing and we become centered again and come back and enjoy the things that we have. Sometimes also when we face death, instead of it questioning everything, we actually go back into the value. Instead of it becoming worthless, it becomes valuable. That we know that at any moment, this might no longer be here. My body, the way it is, might not be here. These types of relationships might not be here. These experiences might not be here. So that I would value every moment as if it may be the last. And being with the present moment and valuing it will bring back some of the joy and some of the peace of mind, and allowing yourself to just be with and go into the flow of what is going to bring you back and make you valuable to yourself and everyone around you valuable to you, and every experience valuable again. So don't fight the sadness, honor it. You have every right to go through the grief for what you have lost, and even the meaning or the safety and security that we all have as an illusion that life is just going to continue every day the way it is. And embrace the uncertainty and anything that you're going to do in order to take care of yourself. And the rest, you're going to live with the uncertainty and hope for the best. But what is whatever it is around you that is valuable, whether you created it or you received it as a gift. So honor yourself, honor all that's showing up for you, and enjoy the life you have.
Togetherness Media. Togethernessmedia.com.